And I've completely lost track of my questions here, Michael. We're just having a free-flowing conversation. But I will ask you if there are songs you have had written for the album which didn't make it on, actually.
Oh, I didn't. It's interesting because usually there's a whole slew of songs that I kind of put forward for a record that don't make it on. I remember uh, there was something actually that I wrote for um, that was supposed to be a piece that was supposed to be on um, uh, What We Might Be, which is the first record that it ended up being on the Weir.
Right.
Yeah, it was interesting that it kind of so sometimes there's like an excess of songs. That wasn't the case with this record. It really was very much I am writing, I'm curating a particular group of songs. This is what I need to say right now. And like I said, a lot of them are about being in love or about um or about coming out. And that's kind of thematically what holds it together and my journey through that.
What was the first song you wrote for the album?
Um the song actually, which is the oldest song on the record, is Patsy Cline. It was actually a song that was written a really, really long time ago, but felt relevant because it spoke about vulnerability and love.
Hmm.
So I wrote that a really, really long time ago. But probably the first song that I am really ambitiously set out to write was "We Are Here," and it was such a mission statement for the record because it really was saying um, like here is the history of gay men who have led to the point where I can be here on Sunburnt Country and speak my truth. And at the same time, like I want to position myself somewhere on the timeline, making it safer for somebody else coming next.
Hmm.
Um, and that took a while to write that song because I felt like I had to I suppose like I wanted to do justice to all of those people.
Hmm.
And part of it was research. It's like how do I select who is right to sit side by side here? And there was a whole and then like how do I tell my story within that as well as looking to to a future and it was like when I made this record with Shane, I said these a lot of these songs are like little personal anthems, and so how do you write an anthem without sounding like Cheeseborn McGee too? So I don't know. Yeah, We Are Here was probably the first song that I really yeah that said this is what this record is about. When I wrote that song, I knew that this is what the record was about.
And as you wrote songs after that, were you thinking of a whole arc of a like the bigger story within the album, and then thinking about the stories within that you were going to tell to fit that arc, or was it more that certain stories, certain songs suggested themselves to you as you were going along?
It's funny because I don't my writing process is not that premeditated. I think I knew that there was a body of work that I was putting together, and it was more probably more towards the end where I To Be Alive was the last thing that I wrote on the record. It's kind of and that's the last song on the record as well. So We Are Here is the first song on the record, and To Be Alive is the last song on the record. And it kind of felt like a when I wrote To Be Alive, it was like, and I'm done. That felt right to end with that one.